Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about the structure of atom, which is very important, interesting chapters, interesting topics. Let us try to understand what the atoms is actually first, so that to figure out about the structure of atom. So let us start. Actually we know that the matter, which is pure substance and impure substance, which is classified chemically. Okay. So chemically, matter is classified as the pure substance and impure substance. Okay, and the pure substance have element and compound. For the classification, elements have the smallest unit, which is called atom, and the compounds, which has also the smallest unit, which is called molecules. But the molecules is also composed of different kinds of atoms. So finally, the atoms is the smallest fundamental unit of any matter. So if we classify about the impure substance, it is also the mixture. Mixtures is also the components, and components is also the atoms and molecules. So finally we can say that the atoms, which is the smallest fundamental unit of matter. Okay, the smallest unit, so it may be defined as the smallest unit of an element which can take part in the chemical reactions, which is called atoms. Atoms is very small. The atomic radius of atom is taken in the nanometer, and the 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. So you can imagine that how small can atom have. The smallest atoms, which we know is the hydrogen atom, whose atomic radius is taken as 10 to the power minus 10, which is equal to 1 angstrom. Okay, so I think you know you are knowing about atoms, what actually is. But let us try to figure out the structure of atom given by the different, and the introduction about this given by the different scientists. Okay, so let us figure out here. We know that the different scientists and the Indian and the ancient philosophers as they were thinking about that the atom, which is the smallest unit of matter and which cannot be further subdivided. But in today's time, we are knowing that the atoms has fundamental unit like electrons, protons, and neutrons. And we know that the atoms, electrons, protons, the protons and neutrons also can be subdivided into quarks. So, coming to the point, the modern concept of atom, which is given by the Niels Bohr. Okay, so we know that in this kind of atom, atoms has a center which is positively charged, which contains neutrons and protons. Because neutrons is neutral in nature, there is no charge on neutron, but it contains 1 unit of masses, and the proton, which is positively charged, and it contains 1 unit of masses. So at the center, the whole masses of the atom is concentrated. So there is a question, why we don't take the masses of electron which is present on the nucleus, outermost orbit of an atom, orbits of an atom? Because the mass of electron, which is considered as 1 by 1837 times smaller than the mass of proton and mass of neutron. So which is very small. So we ignore the mass of electrons. Okay, and in this model we know that in a neutral atom, the mass, the number of proton and the number of electron, which is same. So the atom is electrically neutral. Okay. Now there is certain rules which defines the number of electrons which can present in the different orbits and different cells, or you may say the different energy level, which is given by Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr has explained that the number of these orbits are, first of all, these orbits are energy level, and the different orbits have different kind of energies, and the given amount of energy, if the electrons get energy, it will jump from the given orbit to another orbit. It will release energy, it will jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. You may say that the electrons which lives on their normal stationary state, that state is called ground state of an atom, and the electrons when it get energies, it jumps from the lower state to higher state. The higher state is called excited states, which has explained in the Niels Bohr model. Something more, but we have to know about the basic of an atom in these classes. So electrons which is present on the around the nucleus of an atom on orbit has specified by a given formula, that is 2n square, that the maximum number of electrons can have in a specified orbit. So if n is equal to 1, we have 2 electrons on the first orbit, and n is equal to 2, 8 electrons on second orbit, so on and so forth. 18 and 32 electrons can have by the given formula 2n square. Now we have to discuss so many things about this atom, but the atoms, you will have to know about this different elements which we have seen in the periodic tables has different kinds of atom, which is assigned by a given number, that is called atomic number, which is given by Moseley in 1930. So what is the atomic number? Actually is the number of proton which is present in the nucleus of an atom, which is considered as atomic number. So if the number of proton is 1, it is the atomic number of the element is 1, and it has given a name, that is called hydrogen. If the number of proton is 2 in the nucleus of an atom, that is that its atomic number is 2, and it has given us some name, that is helium, so on and so forth. The lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, etc. Has the number of proton 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So we have assigned a name to the atom. What is actually the mass number? So mass number, so we can see here that an atom, this is the element, and the elements have an atom whose atomic mass is given by A, and the atomic number is given by J. So atomic mass number given by A. So mass number consists of number of proton plus number of neutron, and atomic number which is considered as number of protons.